So today I'm going to talk about for the online class. We're using this software. We're using, as you can see, GoToMeeting, and there's some other ones too that I've tried before. And WebEx is one of them. Another one is called AnyMeeting. I was going to try that one this time, and I did the other day. I logged into it, but I didn't quite like it as much as this one here, GoToMeeting. I saw one called Screen Leap. I haven't tried that one before. Also, there's some people use, like for helping other people on their computers, maybe not so much for meetings, but it would be more for a computer to help somebody else that's on another place. Team Viewer is another one. Team Viewer. That would be a little bit different than what we're doing today, although you can see the other screens of the other computers and stuff. But that's where you take over their screen and you can their computer, you can look and help them with something. So I'm going to talk about, wish that we have a few more students here. Julie left now. The others aren't here. I was going to do about Kickstarter. Is my voice coming through? You guys won't have to talk for a little bit, so if you want to mute your microphone, then we maybe don't get all this feedback. Are you getting a lot of feedback or noises, extra noises?
No.
Not really? Okay. And is mine kind of echoey or not?
No, everything's alright.
It's okay. So if it is kind of extra noises you hear, then you can mute your microphone until it's your turn to talk. I'm first going to tell about some stuff here. One thing is Kickstarter. I don't think I talked about that in class. That's a company where people that have new stuff. Maybe I did mention it because we talked about Indiegogo. Kickstarter is a place where people can have a new product they want to sell, try to sell, or maybe before they even make it, they have to get money to make the product. If they get enough, people offering help, then those people, they would be the first ones to get their product. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can look at on Kickstarter and try to pledge. You put pledges on stuff. Like for example, I'll just find some stuff here we can look at on Kickstarter. This is just telling how it works. Making a project, finding a project, starting a project. That's somebody. Yeah. So discover. Let's see what we can find. So I'll just look at technology, for example. 574 live projects. So that's something that people are trying to get funding for. And the ideas that they have that they want to make, if they get enough pledges before the time is up. See, like here's somebody trying to make this purple pillow. 30 hours to go. They have $2 million of pledge, so they probably end up making this pillow because they were way over there what they wanted to start with. The world's first no pressure headbed. So anyway, that's different things that people are coming up with. Kickstarter. Sometimes they don't get enough money to, they don't ever make it. So I suppose that then those people, sometimes I suppose they get their pledge back or they don't have to pay for it. But usually, a lot of times it works out. Another one is Indiegogo. Indiegogo, I think that was used more in Ukraine too. Some different ones here that have started stuff have it says it's the world's largest global crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing means when people are you don't even know are trying to help you with getting your product to go when it started. So we got projects there. Different people, similar to Kickstarter. Some people would make movies and all that kind of stuff. They would put their movies on there, and maybe books that they're writing or something. There's some idea they have, and they try to get pledges. there was a lady here in Ukraine in Lutz that she was put something on Indiegogo. She had an idea for, I think I told about it in class too, I remember now, where she had that baby monitor on her baby's wrist and her wrist, and then she was trying to sell that. I don't know what ever happened to her. If they ever got enough pledged money on that, on Indiegogo to make it. There's some different things that they got. So if you ever have an idea of making something, it'd be a way to get some funding for it. If it's a real good idea, then you get enough pledges, and then the people that help you with that, sending in their money, then they would be the first customers or the first ones to get it when you get it made. So here's some different things that people, the price that they're wanting to sell these different things, and then I'd say Kickstarter is what I'm used to more than this Indiegogo. So there's probably some other companies like that, but that would be the two main ones. Now I'll show about some companies, tech companies, startup companies. You've heard of startups, like when a new company starts up, and then they have these conferences, like TechCrunch is one of them. TechCrunch is in different places, New York or San Francisco, once a year in these different towns, and they bring in these companies that tell about their products. So September, it just happened September 12th and 14th in San Francisco. It was just on. So they had I'll look at some of the companies that were there telling about their startup. So then there would be people that come there to invest in their companies. Some highlights there, we could read over that. To see what different ones that came there and talked about their companies. It's a pretty intense thing. They have quite a conference there for these investors. They have what they call angel investors, and people that are wanting to invest in their company. They come in there and listen to these people that have they have these battlefields. Startup Battlefield is called, and that's when you come in. It says it brings the top early stage startups together on one stage, people that are competing against each other, and then those that would win, of course, they would get funding prizes and so on for helping investing in their company. I think, what do they call that when you give your pitch? I forget what they call that, like your company's pitch. Yeah, let's be on the agenda here. What do they call that? They come in there. I suppose these different ones are people talking different lectures and stuff, but I suppose it's maybe in the battlefield when they do that competition. I haven't really watched it, but there's other. They have startup. They have they also have TechCrunch would have in New York and different places also, and there's other startup companies like and also these conferences for startups, new companies, and they're even like Russia, Ukraine has companies that come over there. Another one is called Y Combinator. Y Combinator. And so I think that's like a conference also. A new model for funding early startups, it says. So these new companies have ideas, and twice a year it says they invest a small amount of money, 120,000 in a large number of startups. So 107 different startups they invest. And I think they have a conference too where these different businesses come there and new startup companies. So here's some startups that came and got funded from Y Combinator. Some of you probably heard about, like for example, Dropbox. When they started their company, they would have come to this Y Combinator. Yeah. Let me get my pointer here. So you're able to see my screen, aren't you? I think so.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let me just shut off my. I don't know if we. So then I got to get get rid of my picture there myself. I can't submit it. Oh, no. Now it says that Vika's offline too. Wonder what happened to her.
But her mic is on.
Yeah, sure. Maybe she's got her internet connection. And the other students haven't shown up yet either. Boys, they lost their points for their assignment. I don't know what's wrong with them. I suppose some of them it's probably a problem with the internet. They don't have internet maybe or something, but they don't. I don't want them to come in late the last few minutes.
Well, but there are 15 people in our group.
I know, but they should be. There should be some more of them.
Victoria write me a message that she's run out of light.
Run out of what?
Light.
Light. Electricity.
Yes.
Power.
Electricity in her house.
Oh, man. Oh. Okay, well.
Great.
That's the way it goes, yeah. So I was telling about this Dropbox, for example, here. When they started up, they would have come to this Y Combinator and got some investment, and then those people, of course, the investors would have probably a percentage of the company or whatever. They have contracts they make. So here's another one: Reddit, Airbnb. That's a big company now, online. A lot of these I've never heard about. Some of these symbols I don't even know. I suppose I could look them up, but anyway, that's yeah. Okay, just a minute here. So that's demoed in March. They had one in March, April, female. They had one the other day, Startup School, Silicon Valley. That's Y Combinator. That was just, no, that's a couple years ago. Sorry, that's old. But I know they've had several of those kind of meetups and stuff. And Y Combinator 2017, so then people that want to go there and tell about their business and start up, then they get invested. So that's a good way for new companies to start up. Y Combinator, TechCrunch, there's probably some other ones. I know Google had, Google Ventures was investing in different startups also. I suppose they have a conference where they have people come together too and tell about their, I'm not sure if they still do that or not, Google Ventures. That that would be a good way for, like, even companies from over here that don't have, like, it's not very easy for them to get started because of funding. So that would be a way for them to. So Google Ventures, it says they invest in companies. Like one that started up recently a few years ago was Slack. It's a big company now, and or it's getting to be bigger. I don't think I talked about it in class. Slack. It's kind of like working with your teams, collaborating, not just email, but other ways of collaborating with your team on a project. So they would have come. Google invested in their company or helped them get started. Another one here. I don't even ever heard of this. Flatteron Health. And let's see what else. Google Ventures. Companies like Carbon. So Carbon 3D. Printing, 3D printing. So it's a company that started 3D printing stuff. They helped them with that, getting started. Uber. Okay, that's a big company. It's even in Ukraine now with transportation. So I didn't know that they did, but they helped them get going. I don't know. I suppose Google Ventures has some competitions too, where maybe they just come. I think they have a week in front of Google, and they pitch during the week they pitch their company to get it going, and then by the end of the week they have a lot of help on how to get the company started. I'm not sure how much Google invests in it, but they help them out anyway. So that was some investing companies or some startup companies. Might be interesting for Ukrainians to know about if they have a business they want to start. Especially if it's connected with technology, of course. And that most things are now. And the other thing I was going to tell about was drones, which I don't know so much in class if we talked about them. I think you know what they are. It's on the hardware question of, you've probably seen them in Lutz. They use these drones around, run remote control, flying around, quadcopters and so on.
I used one.
You've used
It's
one.
a video of our city. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, they have.
I can send you.
You made a video of the city yourself?
I work in one company with guys, so I can send you.
Oh, really?
What
About
we are
Lutz.
doing.
I maybe have seen it.
Yes.
I maybe have seen it. I saw a few about Lutz already, but maybe one of them I saw. Yeah. Anyway, you know about drones then, and I don't know if anybody didn't look here. Is anybody else in the nobody else come around? No, it's not. Nobody else.
No.
Well, it's what's her name is there here. I see Victoria's back. Her power must be on. So anyway, Victoria, we're about drones. There's a question about it a little bit. That's kind of interesting with technology, with taking pictures. A lot of people use them for pictures, but there's other things they do with drones too. They're going to start doing deliveries, like with packaging and stuff, like this one here. Delivery drones. They're maybe delivering packages and stuff. This is the German Deutsche Post. It says they're going to have deliver medicine to people. So there's lots of stuff like that. It's interesting about those drones. So let's see now. What else? Drones was one of the other things. I think
I sent you in conducted.
Okay. Now what I'll do? Let's stop. I'll stop talking a little bit now, and let you tell about your interesting app on your phone, or maybe like a website that's interesting to other students that you, or some kind of maybe a browser extension you use that's handy when you're browsing, something like that. So first one I'll do, Svetlana, you can go ahead and I'll give it. Now, you ready for us to look at your screen? You have like a browser window open or something? I'll let you take,
window?
well, like you have a browser. We're going to look at your screen now. When I tell you, I'll click on it.
Okay.
And then I'll give you, it says, I'll make you the presenter, and then that switches it over to you. Then we won't see my screen anymore. Understand? So you ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, I'll say make you presenter. Okay, so I said yes on that. I think you have to click something on yours. You have to click on your end that you're okay with that. Okay, so we see that picture at some beach somewhere. Okay, so now you can go ahead and tell us your interesting app.
Well, mostly I use my Safari web, like not Chrome. It's easier for me. And here I have, I don't know, Code Academy.
Okay.
I run something about like 12 days maybe. Yes, 12 days.
That's good.
I also have like from programs I have Final Cut Pro. That's a good program for making and editing video.
Good.
It's easier here, or iMovie something. Then I have also Microsoft package from different programs: Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Word. Here is the program for blocking different ads and pop-ups. It's ad blocks.
You use ad block?
It is. Yes. And well, I also have a Dropbox.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's good for if the other students would have been there, they could see your Mac stuff. We don't see that as much, so that's good you're showing that. I even don't use it myself, so I mean I've seen some of it, but it's interesting.
There are also a lot of different sites like for education, like Free Dictionary, Urban Dictionary, all possible dictionaries here.
Yeah.
But I also have a program on my phone. I can, well, how I can turn the webcam. Okay, I have the program that is called iTunes U.
iTunes
Is
U. Oh, that's good.
education.
Yeah, iTunes U. That's interesting. Yeah, that's good. I forgot to tell the students about that, so that's good.
And,
You listen to stuff
and
on
you
there,
can check.
education?
Yes, there are different podcasts and also descriptions for that. We had a course from the history of English, and here it is, all the course.
Uh-huh. Good.
You can choose what you want to hear. For example, Anglo-Saxon. That's the first one.
The history of English in
Uh-huh.
minutes. Chapter 1, Anglo-Saxon, or whatever happened to the Jutes. The English language begins with the phrase, up yours, Caesar, as the Romans leave.
Quite interesting and funny, and is comprehensible. So, and if you don't understand what it's talking about, you can look for description.
Yeah, and
And there are
also
also
should say that
different.
I'll just say that iTunes U can be on the computer too. If they have iTunes on the computer, it doesn't have to be on Mac. You can have iTunes on Windows, of course, and you can do iTunes U, so everybody knows you can do that. There's lots of
Mhm.
stuff there. And when I talked about Khan Academy and those online courses, I forgot to say iTunes U. That is true. There's a lot of stuff on there also, and a lot of it's free
And
too.
you can follow your university, like if you study in London or somewhere like this. And there are a lot of courses you can study in books, or and there are even whole university programs like Stanford University, and here it
Uh-huh.
is Oxford University, Harvard, Yale, and
Yeah, good.
others.
That
So
wouldn't
I
be all of
used
the stuff
iTunes.
from Yale. It wouldn't be everything from them, and Stanford. Those universities don't have everything on there, but they'd have certain classes that they put on iTunes U. Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Okay, that's enough. That's good. And so if every student was on the class, we have 15. We'd have to go through everybody. So that's kind of what I wanted everybody to do, except they're not here. Except Victoria? Can I share with your screen now? Are you ready that I could switch over? I could switch presenter to be Victoria. Is she ready for that? Like, I don't know. Your mic is on, so maybe we can hear you.
Maybe you can try
I'll try it.
to
I'm going to click the
change.
presenter from Victoria now. So it'll go over. You can click on it. If you see that message I sent you, Victoria, you can change it to your screen if she's there. Presenter. Okay, well, here we go. We got her. Good. Okay, so you tell what you can talk now. We don't hear you though. Is the trouble? I guess your microphone. Yeah, your microphone you didn't have. She's got a Mac
I
too.
can comment. She's using Quizlet.
Quizlet. Oh yeah. I think we gave.
That's a good program
Yeah.
for teaching learning new words. Like
I'll have to buy you a new
use it
microphone,
together.
Victoria. Yeah, Quizlet. I think I gave my Quiz Star. I gave questions for you guys. I used Quizlet, but I don't know if I did. I didn't do anything about it this year for student stuff. You guys use it for some of your other classes? Quizlet?
For English classes,
English?
like learning new words, because there are a lot of English and German. You can choose any language you want,
That's good. Yeah,
and
that's
even
good.
Arabic.
That's good to know. I'm sorry we can't hear you, Victoria. There is a chat thing, but that's not so handy to write it now. Okay, so that was what you're going to tell about is Quizlet, but we can't hear you. How do you talk on Skype? Okay, now another one she's coming up. What else you got there? Today's tasks.
Lingual.
Oh, Lingualeo. So that's what you use for studying English or some other languages. Okay, that's good. And TED Talks. Good. You listen to TED Talks? That's good. Yeah, very good. I listened to one this morning about Khan Academy. The guy that started Khan Academy, he had a TED Talk from last fall. I listened to this morning, 10 minutes, about education. That was interesting. They say this person should listen to one TED Talk a day, but I'm way behind. I don't listen to them very much. I just listen about technology stuff and sometimes about linguistics. There's a few TED Talks about linguistics. So those are really interesting. That Khan Academy one has to do with education, where they, in the U.S. especially, how we don't teach until people understand, students understand. We teach too much, too quick. We go too quick and they don't understand it completely. They take a test, maybe they get 75 on the test out of 100, and instead of them learning the other 25%, they just go on to the next subject. That's what his TED Talk was about. Anything else, Victoria? Radio, what's that? Something about radio music or something, huh? no, magazine. Podcasty. What's this? Is this a Russian site or what is that? Radio artist. I can't read it. Artist something. Aristocrat. Radio Aristocrat. Okay, I haven't heard of that. But is it? It must be a Russian site for podcast and music anyway. Aristocraty. Premier Theater. Okay, so that's your music and radio site. I suppose that's similar to iTunes. I've never heard about it, so that's interesting. We should have, I think I'm going to give another, one day I'm going to talk about music stuff, so we'll add that one to that list. Radio Aristocrati. We have a list of like Pandora and stuff in one of the labs we're going to talk about music, so we'll have to remember that. Of course, you guys know more about music than I do. And another one, anything else? What do you got there? Study.com. Watch and learn. Is that free? Is that a free site? Study.com? Courses.
A free trial.
Online.
Maybe later.
Have you tried it before, Victoria? No, we'll add that. We should add that to the list of study.com. And that's I like when I talked about Coursera and Khan Academy. Study.com. Okay, and yeah, there's Coursera, which I talked about. Yeah, that I use. That's where I took some of my classes about linguistic stuff. At that one there, University of Michigan on there, I took natural language processing class there. And also on Coursera, I took from, where was it? Duke University or somewhere about Python, to teach you guys about Python in the computational linguistics class. So those are all good. That's good, Victoria, even though we didn't hear you. So the rest of the time would have been for the other students, but they're not here, so I'm not going to keep you guys around more. I just wanted you to get used to having an online meeting, which is really at your job you'll be doing this more, not maybe classes, but...
It's very comfortable.
What's that?
It's very convenient to have those meetings.
Yeah, it is, especially for work when you have to be at home. You don't even have to put your tie on. You can just have your house shirt on or whatever. And of course, you don't have to be, everybody has to see you. We did see Victoria already also. And I don't know, sometimes you have to show somebody something. So I show my American football. You've probably seen how to play American football. Anyway, there's always, you can have something that you show. I forgot that we didn't make. I'll be the presenter again. I got to switch that back. We still got Victoria. Just a minute. I'll switch back to make presenter. Okay, I got to get back to myself. Show my screen. Okay, now we're back to mine again. So anyway, I think you understand about your jobs, and I don't know if you've done it before with somebody. Have you ever done an online meeting with somebody before?
No, only via Skype.
Yeah, Skype. Everybody's used to Skype, so I mean, it's similar. And of course, I don't think they use Skype as much for meetings and jobs. This one here, GoToMeeting. One thing about Skype is they have. I don't think you really do the screening as much. I like this sharing the screen better than on Skype. You can look at the screen, but sharing and stuff you can, and TeamViewer, that's the one to help if you're helping somebody else on their computer. Like I can't on this program, I can't go onto your, I can't move your cursor. You see, of course that would be. If I'm doing TeamViewer, I'm fixing somebody's computer, then they click yes, and then I can look there. I can open up files and stuff on their computer, fix something. That would be for people that are fixing others' computers, which is kind of along this subject about online meetings, but not quite the same. So I guess that'll be. I'm not going to keep you now. We would have had another 45 minutes to listen to everybody, all the other students, but it's too bad maybe they didn't get on the internet or
Nobody
whatever.
will come.
No, it's already, they've missed their points now, so I'll just we recorded this, so I'll give them the link on YouTube and they can watch. So, and I think Yulia over there in Germany, she tried, but, so we'll give her points. She probably was busy or working or something. Maybe she could do it on Monday. I suppose I better let the other students have another chance Monday if they had a good excuse, but anyway, Victoria, I'll get you a new microphone, and we'll see you in class next. What is the next class? is it maybe next week anyway? I forget what day. So that'll be
Yes, next week.
yeah. I think that's all. I'll just click off of here. You guys can log out.
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday. And so Wednesday or Thursday next week, tell about your what was it? About that speech recognition. Something about speech recognition. I know Svetlana already told about Siri, but the other students can tell about theirs. Something about speech recognition class, and we'll do something else, another lab. I want everybody to come more. They seem like they're getting kind of lazy now. Of course, we had all these classes this semester in 2 months, so it kind of was quick. But anyway, that's the way it goes. So, okay, I guess I'll stop the recording and I'll upload it pretty soon and give you the link. So take care.
Okay.
Bye.